Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is the day. It is the Northwest Sports Fanatics 2023 Fantasy Football Draft 10-man PPR. Oh my, let's fucking go. All the picks were random, and even with them being random, somehow I ended up with the first pick in the draft. I didn't want the first pick in the draft. You have to realize some people think, oh, you got the first pick in the draft. Good. No, not good. When there's 10 man, it's a snake. So once I pick first, I'm not going to get to pick for another so-and-so picks. So it goes 1 through 10, 10 and 11 back to back, and then it comes back to me. So I get the first pick, and then I don't get to pick again for like 20 picks. So you have to be extra careful when you pick first or second in a fantasy football draft. The money spots right now are going to be 4, 5, and 6. Reflect, Chief Will Chief, and Sarah. You guys actually lucked out. If I had a choice, me and Shep is picking second. We were talking about it. We would have loved to be 4th, 5th, or 6th. So that way you're kind of in the middle and you don't have to wait as long. Man, let's go, baby. Northwest Sports Fanatics Fantasy Football Draft, live reactions and watch party. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, Megan in the building. How are you? She got to keep her eye on the prize. Find some pop figures. Let's go. Reflect in the building. What's good? How are you? And like I said, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hope I get, one of the first couple picks. But if you know in fantasy, I've had the first pick in the draft and I've had good drafts going that strategy. But again, if I had my choice, I feel as an expert in fantasy football, really the sweet spot is 4th, 5th, or 6th. Now, can you still win a fantasy league picking 1st, 2nd, or 9th, or 10th? Yeah, you definitely can. But second to last in the round again, but you're 9th, you're not picking 17th. So, and then you get to pick again. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 picks again, and then you get to pick at 9. So you're going to get 2 picks right next to each other. So it actually isn't bad to be picking at that position. So we will see how it goes. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I decided to add a little music here. Feeding the ducks is what it's called. So I got my Oregon Duck background as well. And I'm ready to go. And like I said, there's a lot of, do I do the obvious thing and pick Jay Jetta? Because obviously if you're not an idiot, if you have the first pick in the draft, I would say probably 80% to 90% of the people are going to pick Justin Jefferson. And if you're not, you're picking Eckler or Christian McCaffrey. So it really comes down to, do you want to go, since it's PPR, points per receptions, do you want to go with Jay Jetta, or do you want to go with Eckler or McCaffrey? So those are the things that are weighing on my brain right now. Normally, 9 times out of 10 or 99 out of 100, Jay Jetta, no question. And I had Jay Jetta last year. So we'll see what I decide to do, if I want to do the typical, what I want to do, or do I want to go and just flip the script on all of y'all and go crazy and throw you guys for a loop and then pick like Eckler or McCaffrey. It's kind of weighing on my brain a little bit. It just depends on the strategy that I want to go through. Obviously, we got a lot of talented players, as you can see, with the positions here as we go through. So we got the quarterbacks. As you can see, Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Lamar, Burrow, Herbert, Fields, Deshaun, Trevor Lawrence, Dak, Cousins. So you can still end up getting a guy a little bit lower. You don't necessarily have to pick a quarterback within the first 4 rounds. Now, you can, but again, you got to think about the positions that are thin, which are typically going to be running back and tight end. So you definitely have to be able to know what you're doing in fantasy. Even if you don't, hopefully you'll be able to compile a team good enough. And obviously with Megan being in an 18-man league rather than a 10-man league, this will be much easier to draft. And as we can see, the tight ends, Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson, Waller, Kittle, Pitts, Goddard, Freiermuth, Ingram. So you don't necessarily have to go with a position so high. And then at some point in the draft, you're going to be looking at a defense. You'll be looking at, Niners, Steelers, Bills, Saints, Cowboys. Patriots. There's going to be quite a few there. And then as we're going through kicker, you're going to have to make sure you have a good kicker if you want to be competitive. So I definitely got my eyes on a few different people. But again, strategy can change real quick. Strategy can go totally out the window very, very quick, especially when someone does something that they're not supposed to. So we will see. We will see where I go. So let's make sure we acknowledge everybody in the room. Megan's in the building. Reflect in the building. Pizzle in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? And I haven't finished any lower than third in any league that I've ever been in, regardless if I pick first or if I pick 12th. It doesn't matter. Like I can find a way. And obviously having the knowledge of all of the 32 teams definitely will help. Jerry in the building. Pokemon in the building. What's good? Let's go, Shep. I guess it's you and me at 1-2. So he said draft Juwan Johnson after Kelsey. Not going to happen. No one's going to do that. But someone will pick up Juwan Johnson at some point somewhere in the draft. You already know it, baby. You already know it. Jay Jetta, Eckler, McCaffrey. You know it, baby. Let's go. And honestly, like I said, I would have honestly loved to be, sitting at, I'm trying to think in a 10-man league. Number 5 is probably the best position, because you draft and then people draft and it comes back in snake and then you draft again. So like, even if you fuck up your draft a little bit, if you're in the 4th, 5th, or 6th position, you can make up for it. But if you pick 1st or 2nd or 9th or 10th, especially 1st or 2nd, there's more pressure to be able to hit on your picks. If you're 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there, 4, 5, 6, you can make a few errors and still make up for it. And then even if you pick 9th or 10th, that's not necessarily bad because it's a snake and it comes right back to you. So you pick 9th or 10th and then you wait a couple picks and then you pick again. So, picking 9th or 10th for Megan's sake is not bad. It's not bad to be picking 9th. It's going to be much different when you pick 17th out of 18 people. Most of the good players were already gone by the time you pick. So, of course I need JJ. You kidding me? I do. And I'm going to pick guys that are my personality. So we'll see what happens in this fantasy football draft. So, and like I said, you'll be able to see how things go based on how the players go off the board. And then obviously, if you've never done it before or you've only done one draft, make sure when you're on your page, you're scrolling through. You have your little tab right there at the top, as you can see right here. Make sure you're going here and you're taking a little peek. Okay, quarterbacks. Okay, running backs. Make sure you're scrolling up and scrolling down. Wide receivers, right? Tight ends. You want to make sure you're going through every position in the flex, obviously, as a wide receiver, running back, or a tight end. So you're going to have one quarterback. You're going to have 2 running backs. You're going to have 2 wide receivers. You're going to have a tight end. You're going to have a flex. You're going to have 1 defense, and you're going to have a kicker. So you're going to have a total of 9 spots starting and then a bench. So ultimately, when you end up doing a flex, that's normally going to be a running back or a wide receiver, unless for one weird reason or another, you have 2 beast tight ends and you decide to go that route. But I'm excited. There's a little bit more pressure on me now. Let's go. Let's go, baby. NWSF Fantasy Football Draft 2023. Who's got what it takes to make the playoffs and be in the top 4, baby? Let's go. I'm excited. Let's go. I know everyone's hella nervous too right now. Let's go, baby. And I wish the Mariners could have came to play today. That was an absolute disaster. We lost 2 out of 3, right, to the fucking Mets. And then we lose to the goddamn Reds. I mean, luckily, at least, tomorrow and the next day, we're going to have a shot to hopefully do something special. But, there's not going to be necessarily any guarantees. We'll see. But, anytime you end up having like a Bryce Miller or a Logan Gilbert, you got to feel pretty good about that. The first time you did it since 2019, 2020, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I was not expecting it either. I said random, and I was praying. I was thinking me, Sarah, Shep, I was like, okay, we'll see where things kind of fall. But I was really, really hoping for 4th, 5th, 6th pick. But like I said, no matter what pick I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even if I would have gotten 10th, I wouldn't have been mad because 10th picks back-to-back, 10th, and then they pick 11th, which is the first pick in the second round. So if you pick correctly, you can actually have an amazing draft right there by picking 2 quality pieces. And like I said, you can look at all of the mock drafts that you want online, but really what it comes down to is feel. And you have to be able to feel it, all right? You got to be able to feel it, baby, right? And you got to be able to construct the team properly. You know, and that's the hardest thing. You know, you can't have too many running backs, can't have too many wide receivers. You don't want to pick a tight end or quarterback too late. You don't want to pick a kicker or a defense too late, but also you don't want to pick that shit too early. You don't want to be picking a quarterback typically in the first round. Like if some people want to do it, that's fine. But then if you do that, knowing that there's a lot of thin, you know, areas at running back and tight end, yeah, you could pick, you know, Patrick Mahomes or Hurts or Allen, but the rest of your team is going to be fucked. So, like I said, it's not just about name recognition. This will help you learn the league as a whole, especially if you only know your team and maybe some of the superstars. So, I got my fucking game plan as well. So, and I don't know if my game plan is going to get executed, but I will tell you this. My game plan kind of gotten like a little bit of a curveball because I wasn't anticipating picking in the first two picks. I really wasn't. I was hoping for fourth, fifth, or sixth, but you know, we got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And I got a little music there for you guys in the background as well. That'll like kind of settle the nerves a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go. Man, I am excited. I'm juiced. Oh. Jay Jetta. Falling into my lap, I guess, huh? Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Lamar, Burrow, Herbert, Fields, Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Eckler, McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Saquon, Henry, Pollard, Chubb, Jacobs, Mixon, just there, and you can obviously keep scrolling down. Jefferson, Chase, Tyreek, Devontae, Diggs, Cup, CD, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, I see you. Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson, Waller, Kittle, Pitts, Goddard, Freiermuth, Evan Ingram. Ooh, the flex position, you know it's going to be wild. Defenses. Got to get one, but don't get one too early or too late. And then we got our kickers. Tucker Carlson, McPherson, Butker, Gano, Myers, Bass, Elliott, and Gabe. Let's go. I have the music on. Can you guys still hear me over the music? I have the music up pretty up there. Let me see what volume I had it on. I had it at like 50, but now I have it at in the 90s. So with the music in the background, can you guys still hear me okay? Comment in the chat if I need to turn the music down or if it's good for you. I can definitely, I want to make sure you guys can hear me as well, but I want to have that soothing music in the background. So, you know, I was thinking about like I could always do rock or something else, but I want to make sure that we have a good flow here. Music is good. All right. And it's one of the obviously free, things that is available to me. You know, there's no issue about being copyrighted or anything. And I have a few different options, but this one was the most soothing. I have acoustic cinematic. I have dance pop, daydreaming. This one's called Feeding the Ducks, coincidentally. Go Ducks. Like it was meant to be just for me. We have one called Into Space, Lofi, Night Driving, and Rock. The Rock one is pretty cool too. I remember I accidentally clicked on it, in a stream about a week ago, and I was like, what is that? I think Shep was like, you got music going on or something. So as long as you guys can still hear me, we're good to go. And we're about to count down 30 seconds from the Northwest Sports Fanatics Fantasy Football Draft. Live reactions and watch party. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. And obviously, I'm picking Jay Jetta. So that, like I said, I was thinking about doing Eckler and Christian McCaffrey, but you'd be a fool not to pick Jay Jetta with the first pick in the draft. So of course, unless I wanted to go Eckler and McCaffrey, but with their injury concerns, here we go. NWSF is on the clock. Your auto pick would be Jay Jetta. And obviously for me right now, there's really, three people that I would have in mind. It would be Jay Jetta, right? Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey. Now, I know Eckler and McCaffrey are going to get you a lot of PPR. So obviously, if you're picking after me, depending on your strategy of wide receiver or running back, there's really no bad picks as you're looking at all positions there. But I'm going to have to go with my guy. You already know it's a swag, it's a personality, it's who I am, and I am Justin Jefferson. Let's go! Let's go, baby. Jay Jetta. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, Team Steph, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? I already know what kind of strategy you got. I know you're trying to double up. You're trying to triple up. You're going to try to go for, a certain thing. If you watch Shep, he's going to end up picking usually 2 or 3 or 4 guys from one team. I already know how his brain works. So last year, he ended up doing Joe Burrow, he did Mixon, and he did Higgins. And it wouldn't surprise me if he does the same strategy again, because I already know how his brain works. So don't be surprised when I say that, and you're like, God damn, this motherfucker knows. Damn right I know, because I spy on all of y'all. I know exactly what you guys have on your teams. I know who's on your bench. I'm in your head. Let's go. Show me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do, because you already know you want to end up doing Jamar Chase, Burrow, Higgins, or you want to end up doing Jamar Chase, Mixon, and Burrow. I already know what your brain is thinking. You can go running back if you want, but I already know where your brain is thinking. So, you got a tough decision here. All right? You got a tough decision. And you already know what it is. You decided to pick, and I see you. I see you. Pick history. Tyreek Hill. Wow. You went for the, but what happens? Hey, what happens though? What happens if Tyreek and Tua gets hurt? What happens if Tua gets hurt? Jamar Chase for Faux King money. That's a good pick right there. I'm actually surprised that you didn't go Jamar Chase, Shep, instead of going for Tyreek, but Tyreek is a good pick as well. There's no really wrong picks right here as we're looking at the players. But I will say something here. I am shocked within the first 3 picks, we don't have a running back off the board yet. Wow. Jay Jetta, Tyreek, and Jamar Chase. Well, it seems like people are following my strategy. I see you. Reflect is on the clock. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Where are we going? Where are we going? Justin Jefferson first off the board. Tyreek for Team Shep. Good pick. Jamar Chase. Faux King money. Oh, baby. The first curveball in the drafts. I knew someone was going to do it somewhere between pick 4 and pick number 8. Look at him. He's going for the best tight end in the draft, Travis Kelce, and it's the best tight end by a lot. I think he scored like 100 more points than the second place tight end last year. And I remember because Sarah ended up having Kelce and I picked Mark Andrews. So some people would say, hey, that might be a risky pick. No, it's not. It's Travis Kelce. You already know what you're getting. He's a number 1 tight end in the draft. Oh, reflect. I see you. I see you. All right. Where are we going now? Where are we going? And we still don't have a running back off the board, which is, a little shocking, Oh, Chief with Christian McCaffrey. Great pick. Great pick. Oh, Sarah with Diggs. Wow. Diggs over the running backs? Wow, Sarah, that is interesting. Wow. You have a lot of confidence. So obviously Sarah's looking at doing like Diggs and Josh Allen. I can already read her brain. Oh, where she's going. Stevens with Henry. Walker with Garrett Wilson. Whoa. Kenneth Walker off the board. Wow. Well, I already know because I know some of y'all want to be able to double up and triple up, and obviously sometimes I have that strategy as well. Interesting. Okay. Wow. I'm looking at the names. You guys are nuts. My goodness. wild. You guys are wild. Chosen ones. What are you going to do? Wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, tight end, running back, wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back. Austin Eckler. And you know what? Eckler was rated the #1 running back, and some people have picked him #1 overall. You got the 10th pick, and you got Eckler, and now you're picking again. I mean, you might have gotten the steal, chosen ones in the draft. And honestly, I know, Megan, you know, you're a Seahawk fan, right? But picking Eckler over Walker, I mean, you want to pick your Seahawk players, you know, and that's totally fine. But if I was you, I would have picked Eckler. Because you might have been able to get Kenneth Walker in the next round, but you're not going to get Eckler in the next round. Wow. All right, let's go to round 2. And then he ended up picking... Wow, so he ended up in the first round, the chosen ones ended up picking Eckler, and then he went back-to-back with Tony Pollard. That's a nice move, nice move. Uh-oh, Megan's just going to go all Seahawks players. Remember, if you pick too many players from your own team, you're going to have a bye week where you're not going to win. Walker with Bajan. Why'd you pick my Nick Chubb? Wow. Wow. Chief on the clock. Let's take a quick little recap here. Jay Jetta, Tyreek, Jamar, Kelsey, McCaffrey, Diggs, Henry, Wilson, Walker, and Eckler. And then in round 2, you guys are popping off. Pollard, Metcalf, Bajan, Jacobs, Chubb. And I had Jacobs, Chubb, and Saquon last year. Well, you already know you wanted Chubb because of how good I was with him last year. Consistency. Saquon off the board, Devontae off the board. That's why it sucks, you know, when you draft first, because I gotta wait for like 19 fucking picks after all you goddamn fuckers to pick again. You know, I gotta wait for y'all. Team Shep, what you doing? Yeah, I put the music on. It's through the actual, StreamYard and whatnot. So normally I don't have music, but I figured it would be a perfect time to be either put some rock or something soothing while we draft. So especially if it's not going to get copyrighted or anything, you know. So. Shep is taking his time. It's a very tough thing to be able to go over. Oh, this shit is fucking nerve-wracking as fuck. Who did you pick? Mixon. Ooh. This is a tough decision. I go Cooper Kupp or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Do I go Jahmyr Gibbs as a sleeper? Obviously, he's going to get a lot of touches. He could win Rookie of the Year. I mean, I got to be able to get a running back at some point, but I'm going to go back to back. This is tough. What a tough decision here. What a tough decision. God damn, this is tough. Man, what do I do? Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. Okay. All right. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to just take Mahomes right off the fucking board, off of you guys, right in front of your very eyes? I do need to get a running backs. You guys stole a lot of the good ones already. I can either go Najee Harris, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, Stevenson, Pierce, Hall. Golly, where do I go? Interesting. Where do I go? I'm not really big on ETN. I do like Harris, Gibbs, Aaron Jones, Stevenson, Pierce. You got some quality pieces there. Man, where do I go? All right, I'm doing it to you, Mahomes. Sorry. Bang, baby! I'll find the other running backs to be able to get something for me. So I'm going to take the top tier points. I'm going to get the guaranteed points. Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'll find sleepers at running back. Let's go. Amon-Ra, baby. Mahomes, baby. And normally I wouldn't have done that. I normally would have picked a running back, but you guys took all my fucking players. You guys took Saquon off the board. You took fucking Chubb off the board. You took off Jacobs off the board. Now, if any of those three were on the board, I would have picked Chubb or Saquon or, Josh Jacobs. Jacobs and Chubb for sure. I didn't want to take Mahomes. You guys forced me to take Mahomes. I didn't want to take Mahomes, but you guys forced me to. It's like either pick a running back that I'm kind of shaky with, or I pick someone I know that's going to dominate all year. So, and normally I don't like doing that strategy. I normally would go with the quarterback later, but you guys kind of fucked me over with what you did, and that's kind of the terrible thing about having the first pick in the draft. Sometimes you got to make tough decisions, and when you make those tough decisions, sometimes you got to really evaluate where you're going to get your top 10, points there. So I definitely went outside of what I normally wanted to do, but I'm making sure that I'm getting my top dog. Let's go. Deebo Samuel from Team Chef. Sometimes you got to take a risk. Like I said, I was good with the Jay Jetta, and then I would have went, a running back. But again, I want to make sure I have guys that are my personality, guys that I trust. And sometimes when you get those guys at running back after the top tier go, you're like, well, I don't know if I really like this. I know I need running backs, but since I know the league so well, of course, I'm going to need to be able to fill certain spots and whatnot. But to have Jefferson and Amon-Ra, I mean, come on. And then obviously with quarterback, I don't want to, necessarily have to go for Mahomes or an Allen, but you guys kind of forced my hand, took all my good running backs out of my hands. So I had to go with the best available, and that's Patrick Mahomes. So I just got to hope that Mahomes and Jefferson and Amon-Ra can carry me, so that way if my running backs don't score as much, that when you guys have your quarterbacks, maybe you guys get, 20 to 24, and then maybe I can get 25 to 40 out of Mahomes to get those extra points to make up for my running backs not being as good as maybe some of yours. There we go, reflect. Someone was going to go quarterback after me. Great pick. Great pick with Jalen. And like I said, sometimes picking a quarterback in the second or third round, you know, if all your favorite guys are off the board, what am I going to do? Just sit there and pick Najee Harris or ETN over Mahomes? No, you know. But sometimes you do got to take you know, a little bit of a chance, you know, with things. So Jalen's going to be great. Schedule's a little bit tougher this year, but Chief with Josh Allen. See, and like I said, sometimes someone has to be the trendsetter. You know, someone has to be the leader, and usually that is going to be me. So, and I know Sarah was looking at Josh Allen, and then there you go. I start the fucking challenge. I start with Mahomes. You guys didn't want to go quarterback, but you guys got threatened now. You guys got fucking threatened. You're like, oh, shit. He fucking went for Mahomes. I didn't think he would do that. And look at all these goddamn quarterbacks coming off the board. You know, sometimes, you know, one person makes a move and then it's kind of a ripple effect. And like I said, I apologize. I didn't want to do this for you guys. I didn't want to go with Mahomes, you know, or like a Jalen. I mean, like this early. I wanted to honestly pick my quarterback somewhere between 4th, 5th, 6th round and keep loading up on like running backs and other positions. But sometimes you gotta be able to do unorthodox things. You know, I went running back heavy, Saquon, Nick Chubb, and Josh Jacobs last year, and I went 11-1, but I shit the bed in the playoffs. So now I'm going a different strategy, and you know, I'm going to try to figure out the best that I can get with what I got. So. Mahomes, Debo, Etienne, Hurts, Allen, Burrow, and then Lamar. I mean, it happens. My game plan is fucked too. Everything got fucked after you guys, so. Ooh, that Bray Wyatt is dope. Oh, that's super cool, Odin. Oh, Cooper Kupp. Chosen ones. Good pick right there. He's got the injury with the hammy, but you got to think at some point he will be healthy. Take a look at the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are dwindling. Olave, yep. Well, you already know that the Saints are going to be great this year. They could be number 1 in the NFC, number 2, or number 3. So I just hate it that you guys just got all the running backs that I wanted. You guys really, you really threw me for a curveball with, the way that I wanted to go. Justin Fields off the board, nice. Small with TJ, nice. But I just got to be able to go based off top tier. I'm going to get the maximum amount of points that I possibly can get. Yeah, Sarah got Burrow. Yeah, I mean, obviously with fantasy, I got to be able to look at what's all available for me. But I mean, with Mahomes, Jefferson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I might be able to score 100 points with just those 3 guys. So you have to keep that in mind too. It just depends on the matchup and how things are going. So even if my running backs only hit 10 and 10, but if I can get 40 out of Mahomes, 35 out of Jefferson, and 30 out of Amon-Ra, then, it makes sense. And obviously running backs get hurt a little bit more than obviously wide receivers and other positions. But normally I have never not picked a running back within the first 3 rounds, at least in probably 5 years. But I am happy with what I have. mean, you can't get mad with Jay Jetta, Mahomes, and Amon-Ra. So, and of course, I already know my running backs are going to be a little thinner. Tight ends, there's going to be some holes to fill, but I feel confident I can do what I can do. So. Reflect on the board. People cheap with the Madison pick. No Dalvin Cook, so there should be a lot of opportunities there. I like that. I had Justin Fields, Geno Smith, and Justin Herbert. When Herbert got hurt, I was able to pick up Geno and Justin Fields, and it took me all the way to an 11-1 record. So. And like I said, sometimes you can have this strategy in your head, but as soon as someone makes a move, then you have to adjust from there. Bo King Money with the Gibbs pick, nice pick. He could win Rookie of the Year. There is a possibility depending on how they use him, and he's a good pass catcher too. So since we're doing PPR, Bo King Money, nice pick. Waddle with Reflect, nice pick there as well. Oh, baby. What is O-Dog going to do to y'all? And I go back to back, too. You watch out. Watch out now. Watch out now. Where is O-Dog going to go? Where am I going to go, baby? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. All right, Shep, what you gonna do, baby? All right, Aaron Jones, nice pick, Shep. All right, let's take a look. What we have available here. Do I want to go tight end and a running back, or do I want to go with both running backs? That's the question. Where do I want to go? I want to have a beast team. Let me see. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I could easily go Stevenson, Dameon Pierce, and that would be sleepers. Obviously, Breece Hall is coming off a little bit of an injury, so I could definitely go down that route if I wanted to. All right, I'm going to pick Ramondre Stevenson first, and then now I got to make a decision if I want to go Dameon Pierce as well, or if I'm going to pick my tight end. And it all depends if I want to go Kittle or Mark Andrews, or if I'm going to go for that other running back. Where do I want to go? Do I want to do the Dameon Pierce, the sleeper, and pick up those stats and those numbers there and then get a tight end later? Or do I want to end up getting the tight end now? I had Mark Andrews last year, and he kind of underwhelmed for me. I already got Mahomes, Ramondre Stevenson. I got Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I can still find other tight end help, but it just depends if I, end up wanting like Andrews or if I want Kittle. So that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Running backs are already kind of getting a little bit thin as well. What do I do? What do I do? All right, Mark Andrews or George Kittle. Where do I want to go? I'm going to go Mark Andrews, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Mahomes, Ramondre Stevenson, Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Mark Andrews. Let's go. It was either going to be that or possibly, a George Kittle there. I went Andrews last year, and he underwhelmed a little bit. But, to be able to get him this late, got to take a chance either Kittle or Andrews, and hopefully Andrews has a really fire year this year, even with OBJ there and whatnot, and we'll see what we can get. Mahomes, Stevenson, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Mark Andrews, baby. Anytime you end up, going for either running back or wide receiver, depending on if you have to go for a tight end or a quarterback, there's always going to be an opportunity, right, where possibly, you're going to have one position that's a little bit weaker, like RB2 is a little weaker or wide receiver 2 is a little bit weaker. That's normal, But if your top tier talent is amazing, with like Mahomes or Jefferson or Amon-Ra, Mark Andrews, it is what it is. Interesting that you went with Kirk Cousins this early. Maybe you know something I don't know. Obviously, I would have normally picked someone better than like a Ramondre Stevenson at running back. I mean, normally I'm always going to pick someone, better there and not pick Mahomes. But I just got to hope that Stevenson can get me 10 to 15 points, and then I can get high-end points out of Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra, Andrews, and Mahomes. So even though Stevenson isn't ideal for me, sometimes you got to roll with the punches and you got to, be the trendsetter. So Breece Hall off the board. Is that who you pick, Shep? You pick Lawrence? What do you have? What do you have? You don't trust Watson or Prescott? So you pick Trevor Lawrence and then you got Kirk Cousins? Is that what you did? Let me look at Shep's team. Or no, you pick Kirk Cousins. Oh, a lot of the quarterbacks went off the board, so all right, let's take a look at the teams real quick. Mahomes, Stevenson, Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra, Mark Andrews for me. Team Shep, Kirk Cousins, Mixon, Jones, Tyreek, and Debo. Bo King Money, ETN, Gibbs, Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and Devontae Smith. Reflect, Hurts, Barkley, Breece Hall, Waddle, Kelsey. That's a nice one. Reflect's got a pretty good team. Tifo Chief, Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Madison, Devontae Adams, and Pacheco. Burrow, Chubb, Diggs, Ridley, Hawkinson. Ridley could be a sleeper. Stevenson, Henry, Jacobs, Brown, Higgins, Watson. Justin Fields, Bijan, Garrett Wilson, Olave, and Kittle. Lamar, Kenneth Walker, Najee, Metcalf, Higbee. Herbert, Eckler, Pollard, and Kupp. Yeah, I know you are, because I know how you did Burrow, Higgins, and Mixon last year. I already knew you were going to try to do that strategy again if you could. I was thinking about doing that strategy. I was like, that might actually work, but I figured someone would take someone when I wanted them, and it wouldn't work out, so. And plus, like I said, I went really running back heavy last year, and I got 11-1 record, but I didn't win the championship, so sometimes you gotta flip the script a little bit. DJ Moore from the Chosen Ones. Damn, not a lot of quarterbacks left. God, you guys got all the quarterbacks already, huh? So a lot of wide receivers left. Lots of talent still there. Not a good look when you see Deshaun Watson there at the top. All right, we're going into round 6 now. Amari Cooper from the Chosen Ones. Myers off the board. Cowboys D off the board. Lockett off the board. Deontay Johnson off the board. Waller off the board. Should have a pretty good year this year. I know everyone's taking like pieces that everyone else is looking at, you know. For real though. Yeah, like I said, if you have a particular one that you like, you know, either at kicker or defense, you know, picking it sometimes through rounds 6 through 10. You know, sometimes that's what I do. You know, it just depends on if you have your team built yet or not. So, Damian Pierce by Reflect. Took your guy right underneath you. All right, Fryer move. Oh, where do I want to go? I mean, the Rachaad White just kind of falls into my lap. I would have rather had someone better than that, but what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? All right, I guess I'll have to take Rachaad White just to take my running back, so at least I get a starter since it's very thin now. All right, where do I want to go now? All right, Keenan Allen it is. All right, Mahomes, Stevenson, White, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Mark Andrews, and Keenan Allen. Let's go. Yeah, I think Rachaad will be good. I mean, like I said, it's just that I got to be able to see what's available, there, and I need to get a starter since I had to go, Mahomes and Amon-Ra and Andrews. It's like I want to make sure I still have pieces, and you're starting to get to the point where a lot of the running backs that were even worth a damn, it's getting a lot thinner now. So, but I do like the pick. And then, if Keenan Allen is just left there for me and no one's going to grab him, obviously Kellen Moore is the new OC, not on the Cowboys anymore, but for the Chargers. So you already know him and Mike Williams and Eckler. Herbert should have a pretty good year. So if Keenan Allen is my flex, that's a pretty good one. Considering you guys took all the other running backs away, I had to go with at least someone that I know that's going to put up points on the board. So Mahomes, Stevenson, White, and I would have picked Dameon Pierce if you guys didn't take him. A couple picks before that, I would have went Stevenson and Pierce. I was thinking about that strategy before the draft started, but not ideally what I wanted with the running backs. But again, when you go Jefferson, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Mahomes, sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of the running backs for the top tier guys and hope that those guys will make up for it. So, oh, you took my guy, Godwin. There you go. And White has upside too, so. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins off the board. Some of these players I haven't had before, so it'll be very interesting. And the Andrews Kittle was very tough for me. Because I was thinking about going on to that Kittle side, but I feel like Andrews is going to get the targets, but Kittle could get more touchdowns. But we'll see. You guys are doing great so far. Everyone in the room is doing great. Scary Terry, nice. And like I said, sometimes you have to do things that you normally don't do. Things get thrown for a loop a little bit, and you got to be able to mix it up a little bit. So, AK-41, even with the suspension, we'll see. Niner D, I see you. But ultimately, you're looking for starters. You're looking for guys that are going to get a lot of targets, a lot of yards, a lot of points. That's what you're looking for. And plus, there'll be, guys, that just emerge out of nowhere, or there's injuries. So, if you're smart, throughout the wire, you'll be able to find people as well. So. How's everybody feeling about their draft? Everyone feeling pretty good about it? I mean, I think everyone's going to probably have maybe, a pick where it's maybe you could have went a different direction and whatnot, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The Joku. Burrow, Chubb, Williams, Diggs, Ridley, Hawkinson, Johnson. Okay, I see you. You got my Chubb, though. Like I said, you guys fucked all my shit up because, again, I Saquon, fucking Chubb, Josh Jacobs. And I had Jay Jetta last year, too. Herbert, Justin Fields, Geno, but, again, sometimes you have to be very, very meticulous. I mean, there's a lot of talent still left on the board. I mean, it's not like there's not. There's a lot. And it's not always about name recognition either. Running backs are starting to get pretty thin now. Round 8. Chosen one, pick Jonathan Taylor, even with the drama. Mike Williams. Sarah had him. Pickens. I think a lot of people were looking at Pickens. I was actually surprised, Sarah, that you didn't go Pickens over Deontay Johnson, but I guess it just depends on Pickett, who he goes to more. So. Cooks. Yeah. No, I hear you. No, you're just trying to compile the best roster with the most possible, chances for points for you. Interesting strategy from all y'all. Go, Shep. Team Shet with the Patriots D. I see you. Boom. Thank you, Sarah. Daniel Carlson, baby. #1 kicker last 2 years in a row, even over Justin Tucker. Boom, shakalaka. Chief with a tenor. All right, Bills D. I got to get a defense at some point. Mahomes, Stevenson, White, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen, Bills D, and Carlson, baby. Thank you for the dono, bro. Appreciate you. And all you got to do is get in the top 4 out of 10 pieces, though. Thank you, bro. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 holla. It's nice that we got Elisa Dono on the stream. Thank you. Shout out to Megan with her hundo that she did on the Mariners stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me go back. Who did you... Oh, yeah, Steelers. Yeah, and honestly, I was going to pick the Patriots D, but fucking Shep took them. I was just waiting for them to slide to me, and I was going to take Patriot D and Daniel Carlson, but he fucking took Patriot D right out of beneath me. I would have thought about Steelers as well. I wanted Niners or Eagles, or Cowboys, but you guys all took those guys way too early for me. So I had to, at least get the kicker out of the way. And then did I really want the Bills D? Not necessarily. I could have went, Bills or Saints or someone else, but I have to go with the stats. And obviously I saw the success that Carlson had for you last year, and he was the best kicker 2 years in a row. So I figured I might as well go for him. And he's had the most points out of any kicker in the last 3 years, believe it or not. So Megan with a $5. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Don't you think that this draft is much funner and easier than the one you were in with the 18? Man, you're getting better players in this particular format, so I assume that you're having more fun, doing it this way instead of having to, really scramble for like backups and things like that. So, yeah, they were one of the number 1 Ds last year with the Patriots. So, and obviously me going kicker now, people are going to be going kicker. Sometimes someone's got to be the ringleader. And obviously I would have, got someone else. If I could have gotten the Patriot D and Carlson, that was my number 1 choice. But Patriots D, Shep, you've got a great pick there. I was looking at them, but I had to get Keenan Allen before I ended up getting Patriot D. It's like I got to go for value. So, and then Tucker and Butker would go off the board. Christian Kirk. Still so nerve-wracking, yeah. But you're getting players that are better in this draft than you did in the other draft. You're getting more depth. So. And obviously all the pieces for me, I like. Now, obviously, with Rashad White with my Bucks, I mean, if I could have someone better at RB2 there, that would be, but I think White can still put up 10 to 15 like Stevenson. So they did their role. I still got a starter out of both of those picks, even though I picked Mahomes, Jefferson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I got Andrews, Keenan Allen, still got that there. So there we go. Geno Smith off the board. I was actually looking at picking up Geno at some point. And obviously I know Megan was probably looking at Geno also as well at some point. But nice pick there by Team Stevens for your backup. Aussie 12 with the Dalvin Cook. We'll be splitting some carries with Breece Hall. But Breece Hall has a little bit of an injury, so we'll see how that goes. There you go. Let's take a quick look at everyone's team. So we got Mahomes, Stevenson, White, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Andrews, Keenan Allen, Bills D, and Carlson. And let's go to Team Shep. Cousins, Mixon, Jones, Tyreek, Debo, Freiermuth, Godwin, Patriot D, and Tucker. Nice. Bo King Money, Lawrence, ETN, Gift, Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Pitts, Smith, Butker, and Jamar Dotson. Reflect, Hurts, Barkley, Hall, Waddle, Hopkins, Kelsey, Pierce, and Connor. I see you, Reflect. Reflect is doing well. Chief Allen, McCaffrey, Madison, Adams, McLaurin, Waller, Pacheco, McPherson, and Cooks. Sarah, Burrow, Chubb, Williams, Diggs, Ridley, Hawkinson, D. Johnson, Steelers, D, and Gay, Kicka. Team Stevens, Geno Smith. Oh, that's your starter. Oh, Team Stevens got Geno with the starter. Nice. Geno, Henry, Jacobs, Brown, Higgins, Christian Watson, Lockett, and Kamara and Pickens stacking some guys on the bench, I see. Team Walker, you got Fields, Bijan, you got Garrett Wilson, Olave, Kittle, Goddard, Cowboys D, Bass, and Williams. I see you. Aussie 12, Lamar, Kenneth Walker, Najee, Metcalf, London, Higbee, Cook, Niners, D, and Myers. Okay. You probably feel better about this team than you do the other one. And then the chosen one, Herbert, Eckler, Pollard, Cup, Moore, Njoku, Cooper, Jonathan Taylor, and Judy. I'll see you guys. Shout out to you two that donated so far. I appreciate you guys. But I think like a lot of us are getting players kind of taken from underneath us. A lot of us are in that boat, right? We're like, oh, you know, this person, oh, I wanted this person, or I wanted that person. So. Yeah, not anymore though. Go, Chef. All right, pick history. Miles Sanders. All right, I already know where I'm going to go. You guys left him there for me. How did you guys leave the Eagles D for me when I picked the Bills? You guys are sleeping. Thank you. Championship. Bills and Eagles D. You guys are sleeping. You didn't see them. You didn't see a top 3D with the Niners and the Cowboys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. You guys slept on that one. You guys were sleeping. Sleeping. Thank you. You guys fucked up on that one. I was waiting for you guys to do it. You guys fucked up on that one. Now you're like, shit. They were the third best defense. Right there, Cowboys, Niners, Patriots, Eagles. And I picked Bills first, and I was going to pick the Eagles. And I was like, shit, I already picked the Bills. Now I have to make up for it. There we go. My boy Carter looking like 17th ranked. Might actually have a pretty good year. Little Aaron. Getting a little bit older, but he should be able to put up some stats. Kenny Pickett as well. All right, Mike Evans. Can't believe you guys left the Eagle D there. But I'll take it. Thank you. That was the first fuck up out of you guys in the entire draft. But I'll take it. Oh, baby. Can't believe you guys let that Eagles D slide. Oh, my. A tougher schedule for the Eagles. You know, definitely a tougher schedule for the Eagles. And check this out. If Mike Evans ends up getting traded, what happens if he gets traded to, like, the Lions with Jared Goff? If that ends up happening, if it's not just Baker going to him, you know, what happens if he ends up going to a different team, like the Lions, if they can't come under this contract? So, obviously, with Mike Evans, you know, we already know the quarterback isn't Tom Brady. But if he does get traded from the Bucs, you know, depending on where he goes, could you imagine what the stats could be if he ends up going, you know, onto a different team? So, obviously, that was a pretty easy one there for me. I don't really like taking my Buck players that often, you know, but if Evans is just sitting there, I'll take him. Hall of Famer. No, that's why I didn't want to scroll up and down on my screen for you guys to be fucking spying and shit, you know what I mean? Because once I start going through all the categories, then people are going to see what's on the screen and then maybe grab someone. So, but there's only been one fuck up so far, and that was that Eagle D. And like I said, I probably shouldn't have picked the Bills D, but you know, you're running out of time. You only have a minute 30, so sometimes you're pressed and you have to hurry, you know? Like, if I had another 30 seconds, I probably wouldn't have picked Mike Evans, but I know, see? And I think a lot of us did. Because Niners went off the board, Steelers went off the board, I picked the Bills, Patriots went off. We assumed the Eagles were already off the board. I think everyone did. But I think I got the steal in the draft so far because, I mean, you know, like I said, at that position too. Now I got, you know, Jefferson and Andrews and Bills D and Carlson. I'm going to have to figure out something for week 13, but I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. And normally I'm not going to pick, you know, two defenses that often, like as early as I did. You know, I'm not, but of course, if I'm not happy with my Bills pick, you know, and I kind of, like, I know they can be like a top 5, top 6 defense, but as we know, sometimes the Bill defense is good, sometimes it's a little shaky. So I need to make sure I have two at a spot where I feel a little shaky, and it just so happens that I was able to swoop that. So I appreciate you guys. I'm coming for the championship, you feel me? defense is getting super thin now. Round 12. Dak off the board. Who's picking Trey Lance in the draft? Russell Wilson. Clock, one pick. All right, Cole Kmet from Team Shep. Go double up. I'm going to go Montgomery, and I'm going to go Jamal Williams. Bang, baby. That's how you make up a draft when you got guys towards the end and you need some running backs. You find value late with Montgomery and Williams. Yeah, I know AK-41, but you saw how many touchdowns Williams ended up getting. And obviously with Montgomery, you're going to be splitting a little bit of carries there as well, you know, but you got to be able to get a little bit of depth with my Stevenson and White. What a back-to-back running back duo. Yo, boy, watch out. Now the running backs are very, very thin. I stole away pretty much most of the value that's there now. And you're lucky, Chef, that I was going to pick Koo. I was going to block you and pick Koo and Carlson, but I needed more running back depth. So I was going to end up picking Montgomery or Williams and then Koo. I really was. And that way I was going to have Koo and Carlson, but there's no point if I have Carlson. So, and you love Koo, and I love Koo too. I had Butker. He got hurt. Then I picked up Koo, and then I ended up getting Jason Myers. So you ended up getting your guy, and I ended up getting a little bit more depth with my running back. So there we go. Nice job, Chef. You probably didn't have any idea that I was looking at him, but I saw exactly that he was left, and I was like, oh, I'm getting him next. But then I was like, well, you know, I do still need some more running backs at this point, so let's just scoop up Montgomery, right? Let's scoop him up, even though Jahmyr Gibbs is going to, you know, get some touches as well. I know, but like I said, Montgomery still will get some looks, and obviously Jamal Williams will get some looks at some point or another as well. AK-41 gets a little bit hurt, so... But again, when you have Stevenson and Rashad White, you know, obviously my running back position is a little bit thinner. So at some point, I got to be able to grab someone after I've been getting all these other fucking spots, right? I got to figure it out. So, but at least it's fair because you didn't have a kicker yet, or did you? Oh, so you were getting Tucker and Koo. So you were thinking the same thing I was thinking. You were trying to double up. I was going to Carlson and Koo it. Ah, nice. All right, I guess you know, bright minds think alike then. There we go. Now everyone on the market now for a running back, I mean, it's pretty much dead. I took the last two pretty much money options that were left that guys could actually score touchdowns with Montgomery, formerly of the Bears, now with Jahmyr Gibbs, and then obviously with AK-41 being suspended. So I'll have Jamal as the starting running back for the first 4 games. And if he keeps doing well on the goal line, hell, I might end up using Jamal Williams for the Saints as my flex, possibly. That was a sleeper pick. Yeah. Well, like I said, you had problems with running backs earlier, and normally I go Chubb, Saquon, fucking Josh Jacobs. I like certain guys that I pick, but again, if I went Justin Jefferson 1, I had to be able to decide where I wanted to go after that. And sometimes you either go for, you know, a running back, but if you don't like the running backs there, you have to go for that wide receiver you love. I love me some Amon-Ra St. Brown. I was either going to grab him or Garrett Wilson this year, and obviously Garrett Wilson, I could have had that option. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, I love him. You know, he might be a top 5, top 6 receiver. So, you know, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Mahomes, I mean, I could get 100 out of those 3. So sometimes you got to sacrifice, you know, sometimes a little bit. Michael Thomas, a little, hopefully some upside there. Justin Fields and A-Rod, nice. Nice pick, bro. Nice pick. Dulcich, like I said, even if it's Russell Wilson there, like I said, Dulcich is going to probably have a breakout year. So if that is, your tight end or your backup tight end, you might be able to get some numbers there. He'll hit on some of those weeks, definitely. I was actually considering possibly picking him up on my team with Mark Andrews. So nice pick, Chief-o Chief. Value picks. Jordan Love with the Team Stevens there. Nice. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Goddard and Kittle. There you go. Hawkinson. Oh, Kincaid. Nice. Nice. I'm very impressed with a lot of y'all. Like I said, it's going to be tough, to be able to, manage a lot of the picks and whatnot. But sometimes you just have to be able to read in between the lines. Like I said, I think the biggest steal so far for me was the Eagles because everyone was sleeping on that. Bo King with Kenny Pickett. Nice. Good pick right there. I was looking at Kenny Pickett as well as Jordan Love to back up Mahomes. So that's a good one there. I see you guys. Nice job. But I think the real one that slid past everyone was that Eagles pick because if I would have scrolled down further, knowing that the fucking Steelers and the Cowboys and the Niners, all those ones, I just assumed, I think we all did, that the Eagles, someone picked them, from what was there. And then I fucked up picking the Bills first, even though that they were like, a top 5 D. But now I got 2 top 5 Ds, so. I got number 5 Bills D, and then I got number 2 D. Wow. I can't believe that slipped through the cracks, but. Burrow. Goff, nice. All right, I'm on the clock. I'm going to take Gabe Davis. I can't believe you guys just left him there. Thank you. That was Sarah's boy that was at the flex. You guys just left Gabe Davis there. You guys are sleeping. You guys left Eagles D, and you guys left Gabe Davis for me. Okay. And you left Juwan Johnson. Thank you. Thank you. With Carr. Thank you. You guys are sleeping. You guys are sleeping. Gabe Davis, third to last pick, and then Juwan Johnson, touchdown machine this year. Uh-oh. Somebody's been sleeping. It was you guys. Somebody fell asleep in the draft. How the hell did you guys let me get Gabe Davis and Juwan Johnson last? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Gabe Davis. Are you kidding me? Sarah used him in the flex all year. She only had 2 running backs on the squad and went 10-2. Uh-oh. Sarah's like, I can't believe O-Dog. It's like, I saw him there about 3 picks ago, like 3 rounds ago. And I was like, if he's still sitting there, I'm taking him. Here we go. Mahomes, Stevenson, White, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Andrews, Keenan Allen, Bills D, Carlson, Eagles D, Evans, Montgomery, Jamal Williams, Gabe Davis, and then I get Juwan Johnson to back up Mark Andrews just in case Andrews has a tough matchup. And Carr's the quarterback. You know Juwan's going to get some looks, and he's from the Oregon Ducks. Oh, baby. And I was going to end up getting Greg Dulcich if you would have picked Juwan Johnson. Exactly, Chief. We would have flip-flopped there. Uh-oh. You guys were sleeping, though. I can't believe you guys let Gabe Davis go in round 14. Gabe Davis should have been gone by like round 10. Even though he's a wide receiver, too, he can put up wide receiver 1 numbers. Uh-oh. And like I said, I was going to go Dulcich or Juwan Johnson for my backup. I don't want to say I got the best team in the league, but I definitely have one of the top 3 teams in this league. You know, and like I said, even if the running backs, some of y'all have better running backs, you don't have better wide receivers than me with Jefferson and Andrews, or Jefferson and Amon-Ra, and then Mahomes, that matches up with anyone. Andrews matches up to everyone besides, Kelsey. And then I got Keenan Allen and Mike Evans just sitting there. Eagles D and Bills D. Number 1 kicker in Carlson. And then I got scooped up Montgomery and Williams for value, just to back up the 2 that I have with Stevenson and White. So that way I have 4 running backs instead of 2. And then sleeping on Gabe Davis and Juwan Johnson. Okay. Gabe Davis and Eagles D, man, you guys were sleeping. Jacoby Myers. Oh, yeah, he has a sleeper. I had him in the league last year from time to time. But if I have a choice between, Jacoby Myers or Gabe Davis, I'm going to go Gabe. I mean, unless you trust Mac Jones over Josh Allen. How come nobody picked Trey Lance? Gerald Everett off the board. Nice pick. I was going to look at him as well. Yeah, that's another thing that I normally would have done earlier too. I would have gotten a better backup for Mahomes, but I'm rolling the dice, this year. So it's like I'm praying that Mahomes doesn't get hurt. Otherwise, I could have ended up picking up someone else. But I'm just, gonna roll the dice. And if Mahomes gets hurt, then someone's gonna win the championship, and it ain't gonna be me. You know what I mean? And normally I don't do that. Normally I have good, solid backups, throughout, the running backs and the wide receivers, tight ends, defense. But at this point, I got one kicker and I got one quarterback. So that is a little risky, but Carlson and Mahomes, you can see why I took the risk, And if Mahomes stays healthy throughout the whole year, I'm not going to have to use anybody else unless I have a bye week. So sometimes you got to roll the dice. Kickers coming off the board. And I would have liked to have Koo and Carlson, but Carlson's the #1 kicker in fantasy, and he has been for 2 years in a row. And if you actually look at his numbers for the last 3 years, he's been the best kicker the last pretty much 3 years if you're looking at all the stats. Sarah had him last year, and that's where my eyes opened up. I was like, ooh. I was like, normally I go Tucker or like McPherson. I'm looking at, kickers like that, or Koo or Myers, obviously that I had last year. I had Butker. He got hurt. Then I got Koo. Then I got Myers. It worked out for me, but when I saw that he was the best kicker the last 2 years, I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it. And that's why sometimes I like to be able to spy on you guys to see how your guys are doing. And obviously picking up Gabe Davis and Carlson because of Sarah last year, that's the exact reason why. And she had Amon-Ra St. Brown also. So, I definitely had to follow what she did last year and pick up some of those people that he had success with, because she went 10-2 and I went 11-1. So, obviously my wide receivers are overall better than last year, but my running backs aren't as good as last year. But I feel I have more top-tier talent, so I should be okay. Yeah, most of the time, one kicker is good enough. You can always find another one later. Like I said, most people don't pick necessarily 2 kickers, but it just depends on what the league is shaping out to be. So, nice. Good pick, Jerry. And obviously kickers don't get hurt that often, but mine did last year. So, if you got to find someone, you got to find someone. All right, so obviously right here, there's a couple of spots that I could pick. The natural pick would be Daniel Jones, because I don't have, a backup. Position ranked 9th. You guys just left him there, so I'm drafting him. Boom. There we go. There we go. And like I said, Daniel Jones is ranked a lot higher than you guys actually knew. And I was waiting for someone to just keep going. And yeah, I know it's the Giants, right? I know it's the Giants there, but you guys didn't realize that he was 9th ranked overall, and he fell into my lap. So thank you very much for you guys sleeping on Daniel Jones. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Reflect with a 10er. Thank you so much. That was fun, right? I mean, I feel that like I said, overall, everyone did really, really well. Like I said, lots of fun. Thank you so much. $10 holla, bang, 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 boom, 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 bang, bang. And like I said, when you do a 10-man league, it's so much funner. Like I said, Megan, when you're doing an 18 man, it's like I feel that you don't really get to see like a full superstar team and whatnot. If we want to go through the players here real quick before we end up going, we can hang on here. Get you guys some photos if you guys want some photos. Let's just go through everyone's team here real quick, so that way we can kind of go over what we think. All right, so we'll start off with me. Patrick Mahomes, Ramondre Stevenson, Rashad White, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen, Bill Carlson, number one kicker, Eagles D, Mike Evans, Montgomery, Jamal Williams. I got Gabe Davis, Juwan Johnson, and Daniel Jones. I'm coming for the chip. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm coming for the chip. I feel my team is definitely one of the top 3 teams, if not the best team. Let's keep going. Team Shep, Cousins, Mixon, Jones, Tyreek, Debo, Fryer, Moose, Godwin, Patriots D, Tucker, Sanders, Chiefs D, Cole Kmet, Koo, Tua. I was looking at Tua, and I was going to pick Tua as my backup, but he's got the same bye week, I believe, as Mahomes, so that's why I did it. Jacoby Myers and Singletary. Fucking money. All right. Trevor Lawrence, ETN, Jamar Gibbs, Jamar Chase. You got CD Lamb, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith, Dolphins D, Harrison Butker, Jamar Dotson. You got Cook, Sutton, McKinnon, Kenny Pickett. I was looking at Kenny Pickett as well. Samaje Perine and Ross. All right, and then we got Reflect. Jalen Hurts, Saquon, Breece Hall, Waddle, Hopkins, Kelsey, Pierce, Vikings D, Joseph, Connor, Kirk, Smith-Jigba, Cam Akers, Mostert, Charbonnet, and Brown. People Chief, Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Madison, Adams, McLaurin, Waller, Pacheco, Saints D, McPherson, Cooks. We got Robinson Jr., Prescott, Tony, Dulcich, Johnston, and Broncos D. Sarah, Burrow, Chubb, Williams, Diggs, Ridley, Hawkinson, Johnson, Steelers D, Gay, Pittman, Moore, Dillon, Kincaid, Goff, Colts D, and Boswell. Stevens, you got Gino, Henry, Jacobs, Brown, Higgins, Ingram, Watson, Seahawks D, Dicker, Lofton, Alvin Kamara, George Pickens, that's a sleeper, Flowers, Love, Packers D, and Graham Gano. I like the Jordan Love and the Pickens kind of late, and that was a good one there from Team Stevens. I was looking at those pieces as well. Team Walker, Justin Fields, obviously he's going to be a two-way threat. John Robinson, Dobbins. We got Garrett Wilson. I was looking at him too. Olave, I see that. Kittle, looking at him too. Goddard, you doubled up. You got Kittle and Goddard. I have done that strategy before too, getting 2 of the top 5 tight ends. Cowboys D, I see you. Bass, Williams, Jets D, Addison, Rajas, Thomas, Everett, and Algier. To back up Robinson, that's a smart, obviously strategy there of getting Algier, because if anything happens to Bajan, boom, he's already set up. He's already got the backup on his roster. Great strategy. All right, Aussie 12. Let's see if your draft was a little bit better than your 18-man woman league. You got Lamar, Kenneth Walker, Najee, better running backs than this one. You got DK, you got London, you got Higbee, you got Cook, you got Niners D, you got Myers, okay. You got Ayuk, you got Carr, you got Browns D, you got Richardson, you got Schultz, you got Bengals D, and you got Herbert. I see you. Chosen ones, you got Justin Herbert, you got Eckler, so you're doubling up. Waller, Cup, and if Cup can get healthy, ooh, watch out. Moore, Njoku, Cooper, Ravens D, Elliott, Taylor, Duty, Odell, Swift, Watson, Zeke, and Okonkwo. So I'm not sure whoever thinks their team is the best, but I honestly feel with everyone can be a little bit biased of their teams and whatnot, but I definitely feel that every team in the draft has a little bit of a weak spot. Not everyone's team is 100% like you're satisfied. If you have a starting 9, there's probably one guy out of the 9 where you're like, it could have been a little bit better. But sometimes you got to reach for a guy like a Patrick Mahomes, even though you could have gotten a running back. But if you get Jay Jetta and you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, sometimes you got to get the guy that you feel that's going to give you a little bit more upside instead of getting a running back maybe a little bit better than White and Stevenson. So, oh, baby. Right. And like I said, it is something brand new. We're just trying it out. $25 in the donos. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys really had fun with the draft. I know I did. You guys are the fucking best. And we are complete. But I definitely feel very, very good compared to everyone in the league. I feel that, I'm going to be in the playoffs, and we'll have to see who the other three are going to be unless I have a major injury. But I'm lucky that Daniel Jones, number 9th ranked quarterback, fell into my lap. I know a lot of y'all don't like Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, but if you saw how he ran the RPO last year, and with that offense with the Giants, they could be a playoff team. And yeah, obviously I would want someone a little bit better. I would have looked at Tua or someone else, but hey, I'll take Daniel Jones as a number 9 ranked quarterback. I don't think a lot of y'all thought that. I think a lot of y'all thought he was ranked 15th to 20th. So I feel like I got a steal with that Eagles defense and a little bit with that Daniel Jones as well, and with the Gabe Davis. I can't believe you guys left him there, but again, sometimes shit kind of slips through the cracks. You guys are the best. I love you and I appreciate you very, very much. What do you guys want to do at this point? Do you guys want to look at a few photos and stay on here for another 8 minutes? Or do you guys just want to stare at our teams and just kind of spy on everyone else and just kind of take a look at our teams and just call it a night? I need to go for probably another walk with Paisley anyway. So I'll let the people in the room decide what you guys want to do. Do you guys want me to throw up some photos? I can definitely do that. If you guys want to just end the stream so we can look at our teams, I got to obviously, take a Paisley for another walk. We've done 2 already, but definitely excited about the team and really excited to see what happens this year. So what are you guys thinking? Yeah, I all of us. And then also we're going to be looking on the wire to see what we left, because obviously there's going to be pieces on the wire that all of us left and be like, oh my God, that person's on the wire. So should we just call it? Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for coming through. You guys are the best. And then again, for all the people that ended up donating, next stream that I do tomorrow for the Mariners, I will end up, throwing up some more photos for y'all as well. You guys are the best. I love you, and I appreciate you very, very much. Let's look at the sub count here real quick. Let's see where we're at. See if we have any changes. All right, so 71 to go. We're at 19,929. You guys are the best. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Chief, thank you so much. And let's go through those real quick. Reflect with a tenor. Thank you so much. I want to make sure we just go through and scroll up. And then Megan with a $5, thank you so much. And Chief with a $10, thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Now let the spying begin. You can't make moves on the wire. You have to end up waiting until we end up getting to, I believe week 1 is when we're able to make moves, or I have to look. Maybe we're able to make moves in a couple days or after the first game. But I'll take a look. But it will be able to show you, it'll allow you or not allow you to make moves on the wire. So you may be able to make moves tonight, or you may have to wait until the first game is over, and then you'll be able to make moves then. So you'll be able to kind of click buttons, and it'll be able to let you know what you're looking at. So, but I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. I'm coming for the chip, and I'm out. Gang.